Hi everybody, this is Judy and Judy in the Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make my almond rice crackers. Now this recipe is below in the description box. I'm going to make a small batch, but you can easily increase this anytime you want to. I just want to show you the basics of it, and you can always go for more. Alright, to start with, I have a half a cup of almond flour, a half a cup of brown rice flour, and to that I'm adding a tablespoon of ground flax meal, ground flax seed, and a fourth of a teaspoon of salt. This is pink Himalayan sea salt. Use whatever salt you prefer to use. And I'm just going to stir this up a little bit just to combine those dry ingredients. Alright, now for the wet ingredients, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. You can use whatever kind of oil you want, but I do find that these come out better when I add some oil to it. And then I have a fourth of a cup of any kind of milk you prefer to use. Now we just want to mix it up really well. And then I want to cover the dough and just allow it to rest. I like to allow a little bit of time so the flour in there has time to absorb some of this liquid. If I find that it needs a little bit more liquid to hold it together, I'll do that. But for now, we're just going to do it this way. Now I want to make mention too that I'm making these plain. This is the way I normally do it. This is the way we prefer them. This is my husband's favorite cracker. If you want to flavor it, now's the time to add whatever flavorings you want. You could add some garlic powder and some Italian seasonings. You could add black pepper. You could add chopped up cranberries and pepitas, but I would chop them very fine for this type of recipe. And a variety of herbs would go well in it. A combination of rosemary, thyme, chives, and parsley would also work. I'll have these suggestions in the recipe as well. So all I'm going to do is just kind of ball this up a little bit and then just cover it. And I want it to sit for anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and just allow the flour to soak up some moisture, and we'll be back with you when that time is up. 30 minutes is up, and we could allow them to rest up to about an hour, but I'm stopping at 30 minutes. Now I did check these along the way, and the dough seemed to be a bit dry, which is something you should do, is check it out. And so I added 2 more tablespoons of liquid, and you can see it is sticking together better now. So that's what we want, is dough that's just going to stick together like that and allow that the flour of different types, the almond and the rice flour, to soak up some liquid. Now you're going to roll this out on whatever you're going to bake them on. It could be parchment paper, or this is a silicone sheet that fits my baking pan. So I'm taking it off, and I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 and get that going. Alright, now I'm going to just take this dough out of here, and we're going to roll it out. And I'm going to cover this dough with either parchment paper, or this is just wax paper. This is all you really need to roll it out with. And we're just going to roll it as thin as we can go, and the goal is to have it no thicker than 1/8 of an inch. We're going to try to keep it in a rectangle. It's not going to be perfect, but we're going to try anyway. That's why I just roll it out to get it as thin as I can, no thicker than 1/8 of an inch. Alright, the dough is rolled out, and now we just want to peel away this wax paper, and we're just going to toss that. We don't need that anymore. Now you want to score the dough. If you don't score it, you're going to wind up with one giant cracker that you're just going to have to break by hand, and that's no fun. I'm using a pizza cutter. You could use a butter knife to do this with. Now the pizza cutter works out really, really well, and you don't want to press down too hard or you're going to cut your silicone mat or even your parchment paper. Just roll it lightly over there and shape the crackers any way you want, any size you want. I try to make them a little bit on the smaller side. And again, this is the smaller recipe. If you bake the larger, which would be double this amount, you're going to do this on 2 different sheets and bake it in 2 rounds there. Now I just want to transfer this to my baking sheet, and it's ready to be baked. And once that oven is preheated, these are going to go in the oven and bake for 20 to 25 minutes. Now, as it's baking, you do want to watch it. If you see that the outer crackers along the edge are starting to brown, whereas the ones in the middle are not, you can go ahead and remove some of these brown crackers as you go. It may or may not happen that way. It depends on how thick they are and what you're baking it on and your oven itself. Usually they will cook a little bit faster on the edge, and you can feel free to remove them when they are starting to brown. But the goal is to get them good and baked, and they'll start to actually separate on their own as they go. But we bake them anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. And I will get back with you when these are baked. My crackers have just come out of the oven. They baked for right at 20 minutes, and you can see they're just starting to brown really nicely around the edge. And I want you to see how they separated on their own. I did not do that. They separated beautifully on their own. Now, do note that they bake differently on parchment paper than they do on silicone. On parchment, they will not separate as easily as they do here on silicone. So there is a difference. So if you're baking on parchment paper, don't expect exactly the same results. I did not need to take any out in advance. Again, they bake differently on parchment than they do on silicone. You might need to actually remove some as you go in with baking with parchment paper, but not necessarily with silicone. Anyway, that is it. These things are delicious as they are. I just allow them to cool down. You can remove them to a cooling rack, or you can just allow them to cool right here on the sheet as they are, and then package them up in an airtight container, and they will not last very long. They're just too good. So you know, these are going to be gone within a couple days for sure. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. The recipe is below in the description box. This is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. I hope this helps. Bye for now.